My name is Opai Senpai, and I'm here today with
Geekdom, the Omni King of the Dragon Ball community.
this guy.
The ego. No, I'm
The
kidding.
ego is so high. No wonder.
This is just a joke.
Good to see you, Geekdom. Good to see you. So, want to make sure everybody can hear us. Can everybody hear us? Okay.
Yes, it just started. Let us know if you can hear us. And
Let
there's
us-
a little bit of lag too.
There's a little bit of lag. I apologize for that, but I hope you guys can hear us. We're very happy that you guys are joining us. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So, here's how it's gonna work. Here's how it's gonna work, guys. You're gonna be able to ask questions throughout the stream, and if you want to ask questions and you want it to be seen, there's a link in the description below. But also, we'll be looking at the questions through the feed in the comment section. But beyond that, Geekdom and I, we're gonna be discussing Goku Black, his relationship to Zamasu, the new character that was introduced. Also, we're gonna get a little bit into Future Trunks, Future Gohan, being that he's gonna be introduced in the next episode through some flashbacks. And it's just gonna be a fun episode. What do you think, Geekdom?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, there will be some spoilers here. I do want to let them all know for the last couple of Dragon Ball Super episodes. So if you still haven't watched them yet, definitely check them out. And we may get into some spoilers for the next couple of weeks. So I'm just letting you know now. We don't have any major spoilers yet, but there is a little bit of information that Herms had translated that that we'll probably get into. But of course, we'll warn them ahead of time. So.
Right, we'll give you guys a little warning.
Yeah, but don't worry. They're not anything too crazy.
Right. So, guys, in case you haven't seen it, let me just get you up to speed on episode 52. So we're going to show you guys the preview for episode 52, of course, in our style. So check it out.
Next time on Dragon Ball Super, Gohan auditions to So You Think You Can Dance. Future Trunks still has blue hair. Hey look, it's One Punch Gohan. Meanwhile, God King Zamasu has the same ki as Goku Black. So Goku heads to Universe 10 and challenges him to a fight. You better hold on to that purple cat, Goku. Subscribe to Anime Live Reactions for more English dubs.
We are back, guys, and that was a lot of fun. What do you guys think? You guys enjoy that? We worked very hard on that, and let me bring this up again so you guys can actually see the stream. There you guys are. So now that you have the information, you've seen the clips, you've seen some of the footage, hopefully you saw episode 51, and we of course already watched it. My review, in-depth analysis, is coming out either tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. But let's begin with Zamasu. Geekdom101. This character has been teased since episode 47 in the opening. And I know there was a leak a while ago where he was referred to as the God King, and that was a translation done by Herms. Can you comment on that?
Well, the God King, there's a big misconception there about that. God King is essentially the literal translation of Kaioshin. So, like, when you run into Kaioshin in Dragon Ball Z, the one that, Supreme Kai, the one that helped Gohan get the Z sword, that guy.
Yeah.
He is also a God King. Essentially, I'm not really sure. I guess what happened was that Herms had explained on one of his tweets that God King is Kaioshin. Shin meaning, of course, God, and Kaio meaning I think it's like King of Kings or Lord of Lords, something like that. And I guess that somebody had taken a picture of him and added God King Zamasu, but it really, the bottom line is that he is a, quote, Supreme Kai. He is a Kaioshin. And as a result of that, he's not anything different that we know of. Again, we don't really know too much, but that's what we know, is that he's one of the Supreme Kai that was born from the Shinjin tree.
Right. Yeah, very true.
He's the only other one that we've seen, by the way, because the other ones were killed by Majin Buu from Universe 7, that is.
From Universe 7. Oh, and I'm happy you bring this up, because some people, they still believe that, oh, maybe he's from Universe 6. I know they haven't been explicit in the anime saying, oh, it's not from Universe 6, but unless they say it is, let's just assume. Well, Zamasu is from we're going to Universe 10, but in terms of Goku Black and the future timeline, that's happening in Universe 7, not in Universe 6, for people who are still confused. So
yes.
unless they're explicit, just default Universe 7. But we are going into Universe 10 next week.
Yes, we will go to Universe 10, and because basically what's going on is that, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, but not anything too crazy. Apparently, Whis recognizes Black's ki as being very similar to the ki of Zamasu from Universe 10, because the way that it's described to us, based on the Universe 6-7 tournament, the last arc, is that Goku, representing Universe 7, of course, he's just getting to know these guys. But Whis and Beerus, they know all these other, I guess, gods from all these other universes. They know them all, from what I understand. So I guess Whis has some way of figuring out that Black's ki is very familiar, very similar to that of Zamasu from Universe 10. So they're going to go investigate and see why that ki is so similar. And there's more stuff that happens, but I'm sure we'll get to that later. There's more spoilers about this, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yes, we will indeed. So we will get back to Zamasu just because this is such a hot topic, and it really comes into speculation and theory. Pretty much anything that we say regarding Zamasu is just speculation and theory. None of us have sufficient evidence to really say this is what's gonna happen, but there are enough hints to come with some theories. So, but in the meantime, let's actually talk about something that a lot of people pointed out. So if you notice, Geekdom, Gohan, future Gohan, his left arm was off, right? In the previews, he was missing his left arm.
Yeah.
But if you actually see some of the flashbacks from the movie, he's missing his right arm.
I think that's an animation mistake.
Right.
I think it'll be fixed next week. That's my guess, my theory. I think it's a mistake.
You think it's a mistake?
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, if they do fix it, I mean, it's gonna be pretty much public knowledge that it was a mistake.
Well, all they gotta do is take the image and flip it.
All you gotta do is take the image and flip it. That's true.
I mean, dude, remember a couple weeks ago, Future Trunks' ear was blue. I don't know if you caught that one. One of his ears was that. Blue. Yeah, they do that all the time.
So I do hope that they fix that. But if they don't, I just want to tell you guys not to worry about it. I mean, there are some inconsistencies in Dragon Ball overall throughout the years, and if you see an inconsistency, just don't worry too much about it. It happens. Just Akira Toriyama, the hand of God, boom, he can do whatever he wants.
Well, it's not just that, Opie. It's also the fact that Super's very rushed, and as a result of the series being very rushed, a lot of behind the scenes turmoil at Super for the last few months, they actually have multiple animation supervisors now, and as a result of that, the series is literally like rushed like crazy. Not as bad as it was a couple weeks ago. It's actually gotten better, but when you are rushed, you're gonna run into stuff like that where Trunks is a blue ear or Gohan's wrong. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
And I'd rather have that than have a break between Dragon Ball Super, because Toei Animation overall, their shows tend to just extend for a long time, whereas One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, you have 12 episodes, 24 episodes, and then you get a year break, and then maybe they'll come back later. Dragon Ball Super is already at 52 episodes coming up, and they haven't taken a break besides a few weeks here and there where they had the day off. That's so I'd rather see animation dips than not have Dragon Ball Super.
Really? Because I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you. I would Yes, I would rather they do like 15 episodes and then take like a month off and then come back with 15 more. Yeah, that's a good topic for a debate. I mean, I agree. I love seeing it every week, but I would like the animation to look like it did for 47 for everything.
Oh yeah. Music, animation, that episode just blew my mind. Now let's talk about Future Trunks, and this is a topic that we're not gonna get too much into, but it is something that was requested by the community.
Yeah.
And that something that was noticed in the preview is that, again, in the movie, that scene, that reanimated scene, but in the movie you have Future Trunks has purple hair, but here in the anime, he has blue hair. And originally, a lot of people were saying, well, there must be a reason for it. Maybe he's getting older. There must be
I did a whole
reason.
video about it, bro.
Yes, you did. You did do a whole video explaining why his hair is blue. So I definitely recommend you guys check out Geekdom's channel. If you go to one of his recent videos on his channel, you're going to see in the thumbnail. It's a very good video.
Thanks.
It really goes into it. But in terms of why in the flashback here, it's blue. Can you explain to the audience?
Because Dragon Ball Super is inconsistent. That's the answer, bro. Look, check. I'm not gonna sit here and plug plug myself all night here, but I did do a video called Why is Future Trunks Hair Blue? And the entire thing that I try to get across is that his hair's never been consistent. In the manga, it's gone from blue to purple. Same thing with his mother. Bulma in the manga had gray hair, blue hair, purple hair. It's just how it is. I don't think it needs to be talked about anymore.
Gotcha.
By the way, the stream looks like it's down. I don't know if you see that.
Is the stream down?
It says we're experiencing technical difficulties. Did anything weird happen?
Hey guys, can you let us know right now whether the stream is down for you?
I'm seeing it on my screen right now. I don't see if any. I hope ever. Oh yeah, it says here dead stream. Yep.
It's freezing a bit.
What happened there?
Can you refresh?
Me
Yeah.
or them?
You.
I'll refresh. Sure. Let's see.
Lag.
Yeah,
lag.
it's okay. Yeah, it's back
It's okay.
up. It's back
Can
up.
you guys do us a favor? Can you just hit the refresh button?
If the stream is still out for you, please hit the refresh button. So
They can hear us now. Okay.
Cool.
Yes, please hit the refresh button, guys.
Yep.
Great.
So what were we talking about?
We're just moving on from the hair.
Yeah.
Pretty much moving on from that one. But all right, let's get into let's get back into Zamasu and Goku Black. So in episode 51, Goku Black said some interesting things, which were a little bit more about his motives. He says that humans are pretty much, they're like a failed race, and they were one of the failures of the gods. And it seems like he's been studying humans for a long time, this Goku Black character, being that he has such a disappointment and beef with the humans. And one of the things that I noticed, I pointed it out in my previous video, is that in episode 47, he was destroying just the cities. And you actually looked at the outskirts where this forest, it was fine. And in the previous episode 51, you also saw a similar case where the cities are destroyed, but the rural areas are not. So his motive is not really to destroy the planet, it's just to eradicate humanity and replace it with something else, right?
Well, it's first of all, I just want to say I really love that speech because he's so damn evil. He's an interesting character. Like, they're adding layers to this guy Black that I'm really, really digging right now. And you know, Frieza is, I think, the best villain in Dragon Ball, but this guy's getting there. I mean, we'll see how the arc ends, but I really do like that. But no, he basically said that. Yeah. Now, as far as replacing them, I don't know if he actually said that. I didn't see that in the subs that I watched from Dragon Team, but what's interesting is the way that he talks. Like, he refers to Trunks as a, quote, Saiyan. He refers to them as human. He's not a Saiyan or a human. He is above them. He's some kind of... It's pretty easy to pick up on these hints, all right? He is some kind of god or demonic being. He's something that's like on a higher tier. He's not just some random villain. He's not Turles. He's not Goten. He's not any of these guys. He's something way higher. Now, how did he get Goku's body? We're gonna find that out soon, I'm sure. But the point is that people, he has a hatred for humanity. He has a hatred. He says he observed the world and the universe. So this guy's been around for a long time. I'm pretty sure that Zamasu is not a Kaioshin, mostly because he's referred to as a Kaioshin. However, perhaps Black is. But then that goes to the other mystery, which we're going to get into whenever you're ready, which is about their connection, which is the whole point of the stream. But right now, as far as we know with Black, he seems to be very old, very knowledgeable. But then the question is, here's the big question. Why would he choose future Trunks timeline? Why would he choose that timeline rather than a different timeline? Was he afraid of God of Destruction Beerus getting involved? Was he afraid of Goku, the real Goku? Like, why would he go there? That's another mystery that we haven't figured out yet. What's the point of him going there?
Right. And I do want to also mention one of the reasons why I love Dragon Ball Super is just of how subtle their hints are. So the first few episodes of the Future Trunks arc, they really focus on the time ring and not so much on the Potara ring. But in episode 51, by my calculations, they really focused on the Potara ring around 3 times. Now, what you see on your screen right now, it was very prominent.
Couple times, yeah.
Yeah, a couple times they really closed up to the Potara ring. but also to the time ring at a few other points. So what I think they're trying to do is go full circle and make that the connection. Now this is they already explained the time ring. Probably in a few episodes or so, we're gonna get to find out what those earrings are, whether they're Potara rings or not, whether there's something else.
I
Whether
think Herm's already confirmed it was a Potara. He confirmed that.
he confirmed it.
And then the big mystery is, where's the other one at?
Where's the other one at?
Yeah.
Especially considering Zamasu has two Potara rings, and so that's gonna be interesting. So let's talk about Zamasu for a moment. So in terms of theories regarding who Zamasu is, let me tell you guys what my theory is. And if you saw one of my previous videos, then you probably have an idea. But my theory on Zamasu is this. And again, guys, it's just a theory, but it's based on what I can find in terms of evidence. So I believe Zamasu is not a Makaushin, just like Geekdom101 said. Even though it is a great theory, at this point, it's unlikely.
Yeah.
But Zamasu is certainly a Supreme Kai, but he's also, what I believe is that he is a future version, he is a previous version of Goku Black. And again, this is just my theory, but I believe that Goku Black is actually Zamasu, but 17 years into the future, where it seems that Zamasu also might have a resentment for humanity, or he might have some sort of similar feelings as Goku Black. I mean, they didn't just say that, viewers didn't just say that his ki feels similar to Goku Black's for no reason. I think they're hinting at something. Goku Black works for Zamasu or not, but what I think is that Goku Black is Zamasu, but from the future, whereas over the period of 17 years, Zamasu was able to pretty much come to the conclusion that humans need to be eradicated. I'm completely just not happy with how the gods are handling this. They're not doing anything about it. I've been a Supreme Kai for the past 17 years, well, longer than that, but for the past 17 years, I just haven't been happy with this, and I'm gonna do something about it with my own hands. So that is my theory in terms of how he became Goku Black. Guys, don't think about science when I say this, but
please don't. Not with Dragon Ball.
Not with Dragon Ball. So I believe that he actually took the dead body of Goku from the Future Trunks timeline, the one who died from heart virus. If you think about science, it wouldn't make sense. His body would have decayed. But again, don't think about science, all right? It's not going to work. So rooting that aside, it is possible that he did take over dead Goku's body. If there's another way, it will be news to me. But I think that's what will make more sense. That's something that people can connect to and relate to, being that it's something that happened already in the anime. So if they were to go full circle and connect those 2 points, I think that would be great.
There's some lag going on, according to what the people are saying. I don't know if you wanted to check on that or what. Just wanted to let you know about that.
Let me check on that. Yeah.
They're just saying there's some lag. I've seen a couple people say that. I was just keeping an eye on that. Do you want me to go ahead and talk about the theory you just said?
Yeah.
So you think that, okay, so you think that Zamasu is the quote, Black is the quote future version of Zamasu from the other timeline?
Correct.
Do you think that there's a possibility, I've been reading some comments saying this, that possibly Black could be the Universe 3 version of Zamasu, because Universe 10 and Universe 3, based on what Weiss explained when he talked about the 12 universes, Universe 10 and 3 are linked. So could it be possible that Black is from Universe 3 instead? There's no evidence to support this yet, but I'm just wondering if that could be a possibility. And then that's the guy who, in turn, would, Now, I will say this, all right? I will say this. Light spoilers, okay? You've been warned. We do know that Zamasu does not like humans. That's one thing that was translated from Herms from the Japanese TV guide. He does not like humans, and that's a reason why he's a suspect as well. But what essentially happens, and again, these are light spoilers, you've been warned, Goku will fight Zamasu. I don't know how long the fight is or what he does, but the point is they get into it, and then at the end of the fight, they realize that even though Zamasu and Black have almost identical ki, there's still not enough evidence to prove that Black is Zamasu. So in other words, folks, episode 53 will not reveal who Black really is. It's a freaking dick tease. I'm sorry to use that word. It is a bait and switch. We're going to watch it because we love Dragon Ball, but it seems like it's a bait and switch.
And when this also happened, back right before the Future Trunks timeline started, or the Future Trunks arc started, it was one of the episodes was titled Vegeta, Copy Vegeta, or Vegeta Disappears. But he didn't actually disappear at the very end. He was still there.
Yeah.
It was like a bait and switch type of thing. And so you could be right. Goku's identity might not be revealed in episode 53.
We're getting a lot of comments saying lag. So I'm just
again.
letting you know. Just what do you want to do about it? I don't know. You tell me.
I'm going to refresh.
Are we streaming this too high quality here?
It could be. I mean, my internet's much higher above what, like, it can handle it. And it tells me that my stream is good. Guys, if your stream is lagging, can you change the resolution to maybe 480p, 720p, 320p, something lower?
Yeah, I have mine set at 480p. So
okay,
I'm gonna tell them change the resolution. I'm just letting you know, man, so that we were aware of everything.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's working for me perfectly.
Do you think the chat might be causing a lag?
I'm gonna exit out of the chat for a second. See if
this is our first time doing this, so
yeah. And as you guys can see, we're trying to do things live, like pictures, and show you videos and show you different things. It's, we're working hard on it.
Yeah. This took a lot of planning, so please be patient here. Trust, please.
Okay, this is just temporary, guys. We'll put it back on. Okay. Yeah, that is very true regarding everything Geekdom just said. So if people were wondering why in my English dub preview I said Goku challenges Zamasu to a fight, that's the reason. It wasn't made up. It's actually gonna happen.
Yeah.
But as Geekdom said, actually I don't know if you did say this or not, but I assume you agree. I assume you agree that it's gonna be a short fight.
Yeah, I don't. We don't know how strong Goku's gonna go, if he's gonna go all out or not. And historically, the Kais are not that powerful. I mean, Supreme Kai couldn't even last 2 seconds against Goku, especially now, right? Same thing with the other Kaioshins. They were having trouble with Kid Buu, and I'm pretty sure that Goku at this point in the series is much stronger than Kid Buu. So I just don't see it being anything crazy unless the Universe 10 Kaioshins are more powerful. I mean, who really knows? But that's pretty much what happens. Is that from what we understand, Goku fights Zamasu, and they determine that even though they're very similar to Black, back to square one again, he's not Black. So then the question is, okay, then the next theory is Black his apprentice? Is Black like an evil version of him, like with Kami and Piccolo? I've read all kinds of theories about this for the past few weeks. And again, I can't even say any of them are wrong or right. They kind of make sense, really.
Right. Yeah, they make sense. A lot of them make sense. Actually, one that you brought up makes a lot of sense as well. I want to touch on it before I get to one of my other points. But you mentioned that possibly Universe 10, Universe 3, correct?
That's just based on like 6 and 7, yeah.
Right. So that is a strong possibility, and I think while we don't have any evidence that that's going to happen, I think I will be fine with it, because it will transition into the multiverse tournament that's apparently still going to happen, hopefully, sponsored by the Omni King. But it will be a great way to connect the other universes, because that's one of the things that I've been wondering. We already know Universe 6 and Universe 7. Now we're going into Universe 10. What about the other universes? Are we eventually, is Dragon Ball giving themselves enough room basically to expand, and that's why they have this 12 universes? Are we gonna get to go into the other universes anytime soon? I think Universe 3, Universe 10 will be great.
I made a comment a few months ago when the Universe 6 fighters were first announced, when they introduced Frost and Kaba and those guys.
Yeah.
I made a comment saying that Toriyama has given Toei 10 years worth of material. Some people took that as me being literal. I don't know if you remember any of this. And they were like, Geekdom confirms that Toriyama wrote 10 years of scripts. That's not what I mean.
Drama alert.
No, don't say that. But no, what I meant is when Toriyama introduced 12 universes, now and with the timelines, now there's literally endless possibilities for characters. I mean, look, we haven't even gone to Planet Sadal yet. The Kaba's freaking home planet. We haven't gone there. We haven't found out enough information about Hit, about Frost. Will we ever get there? Who knows? But the point is, there's just so much stuff they can do. And if they're not going to do it in Super, do it with the video games. Do it with some manga that Totaro writes. Like this, with this 12 universe thing, there's endless stories, like legit endless.
Endless ways they can take it. Guys, I just want to bring this point. A lot of people were saying Demigor's coming, or they're combining the video games. The chances that are happening are very, very slim. I don't think that's really been done before.
But you and I both pointed out the Time Ring having a very similar logo to the Time Breaker logo, that there is a weird connection there.
Yeah, strangely enough, it does look similar. It does look similar. They could be borrowing ideas, or they could be combining. We don't know. But I just think it wouldn't make sense from the perspective of having the video games have their own story and their own canon. Not really a canon, but I think there would be a lot of confusion if they were to mix video games with anime. It's already confusing enough within itself.
Yeah.
And then you have the manga, and then you pointed this out in a video, and that's why I highly recommend you guys check out Geekdom101. He pointed this out in one of his videos where he talked about how in the manga for Dragon Ball Super, there's Goku apparently went into Super Saiyan God.
Yes, red-haired God. Yep.
Red-haired God.
Chapter 13.
Chapter 13. But we haven't seen that in the anime, but we did see in the manga. So it's like, which one is canon? Don't worry about it. They're separate. Okay, that's pretty much what it comes down to. So
it's weird how Dragon Ball the community is. Look, we have X-Men the comic, we have X-Men the TV show, we have X-Men the movie. Same thing with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball the manga, Dragon Ball the anime, Super, and then of course the Dragon Ball Battle of Gods Resurrection F movies. It's just 3 different tellings of the same story, and that's it. Don't fight over canon, none of that stuff. That's just what it is.
That's just what it is. Now, something that was introduced, I want to get into the Omni King, because it was revealed. I believe it was the official statements from Toei Animation before even episode 47 came out, that it was gonna drag along. And here are the key words. It was the Kaioshins, the Gods of Destruction with an S.
With an S, it could be Champa. I hope so.
And also the Zeno. So before we get to Zeno, let's talk about the Gods of Destruction, because I actually have my theory is this. I don't see them bringing Champa anytime soon. So I do think that, being that we're going to a different universe, that we could be seeing the God of Destruction from Universe 10 potentially. And I think that would be awesome if we did.
I would wonder if they would even look like Beerus and Champa, or they would look totally different, because are they all cats, or is it just because Beerus and Champa are twins?
Akira Toriyama loves his cats.
He does, bro. He does. That's a fact. Hey, look, I lost a sub. I'm gonna get him back soon. Don't worry. Oh, I got him back already. Never mind. No, but it's we'll see what happens. The thing is that I really like the way this arc is going. People who have been complaining about Super, you have nothing to complain about now, because there's a lot of mystery. We don't know anything about this guy Black. They're giving us all these different clues about, is Zamasu involved? Who is he? I think the Omni King. Okay, here's my prediction. Omni King's involvement is going to be that he's going to find out that one of the Kais, whether it be a Kaioshin, Zamasu, who knows, whoever Black is, has been fucking with the timeline, and he's going to regulate on their ass. He's probably going to remove them from power or something. That's my guess. I don't want the Omni King to be the guy to beat Black, because that's very anticlimactic. Yeah. I did a video on my channel called Who Should Beat Black? And the top 3 nominees are Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. I think it should be one of those 3.
Yep, definitely. Especially being in episode 51, I believe it was Goku or Vegeta said, "Oh, us 3 should go into the future."
Yes.
And all those 3 characters, the ones you just mentioned. And I did talk about how if we were to go into the future to fight against Goku Black, the time machine can only probably fit maybe 3 people max.
It's very tight, yeah.
Very tight, especially these muscular guys. 3 people max. So,
but you never know. Maybe Bulma's dad will make a new one like he did with the Saiyan spaceship. He'll make it bigger.
Maybe he'll make it bigger. Yeah, good timing, Daddy. Daddy came.
Yes.
Good timing to be there.
Right.
In terms of the Omni King, I 100% agree with you. I don't think he's gonna fight, but he might regulate. I really hope that he just doesn't just kill off Goku Black. I know he's so powerful, but I just hope that he says, you know what, you guys are gonna handle it. You know, I'm gonna demote you, but you guys are gonna handle it. But we still don't know his involvement. No, he's not gonna die. That's probably not gonna happen. People were saying, oh, maybe the Omni King is gonna get into a fighting. He's gonna fight against Goku Black. No, that wouldn't happen.
No, no, it could end up being like, have you ever seen that terrible movie called Mortal Kombat Annihilation? You ever seen that movie? It's horrible. Well, at the end of the movie, the gods show up and they say, okay, because you know they're the gods. They say, okay, the fate of Earth Realm will be determined in Mortal Kombat, and that's the big climax of the movie. And then Liu Kang fights Shao Kahn. So for all we know, Omni King might show up and say, all right, you know what? We're gonna settle this now. You versus you, fight, entertain me. And that's it. They could do something like that, and I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it. Now, let's go into a different topic. Let's talk about Mai for a moment.
Oh, boy.
You made a really interesting observation that I think is key, and I think the community deserves to know, which is that you're talking about Sarah Connor.
Oh, man, I love it, right?
Sarah Connor and the other character.
John Connor, her son.
And John Connor. Both
the Resistance.
The Resistance. Mai having similar qualities from those two characters. Can you briefly talk about that?
Well, I mean, if anybody out there, I'm sure most of you have watched Terminator. Terminator 1, Terminator 2, the rest of them, whatever, they're okay, but those two movies, yeah, the whole thing, the whole, like, she creates, like, a freedom force, a resistance, and then, of course, in Dragon Ball, in Terminator, you know, John Connor is the hero of the future, and we do know for a fact. I did a video called Toriyama's Western influences, Dragon Ball in depth, and we talked about on that video how Toriyama's a huge fan of James Cameron, loves James Cameron and loves Terminator, and we see the influences in the Trunks arc. In the Cell Saga and Dragon Ball Z. Well, now we're seeing it even more. She's like the heroine of the future kind of thing. I really like that. I personally like that. Yeah. Now, I am working on a video right now, which is taking me a little more time than I expected, about why Mai is so young in the future. Because there's two theories that might explain that, but I'm trying to find the actual manga dates from I'm talking to Herms about it because I want to get the confirmed ages, because it gets weird, because in Battle of Gods, Bulma says she was 38. She was lying about her age, because in the original manga, if you do the time, like if you add up the time, it doesn't make sense she's 38 in Battle of Gods, right? But Mai says she was 41, I believe. That doesn't make sense either, but it does correlate with her being 3 years older than Bulma. So this video's, it's just like that other video I did where I'm going to lose sleep over it. It's going to be crazy. So,
it's a lot of research that needs to go into that.
Yeah, because I don't want to be wrong, you know, but there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of my, one thing so that you brought up. So Japan and the United States, a lot of people, some people say that, okay, they're separate. They're separate things, that Akira Toriyama, anime in general, producers, writers, they don't get influenced by the Western world and by comics and things like that. And I know before people have made the connection that the Omni King is almost similar to the One Above All in terms of power and things like that. So basically what I want to say is that they are connected. It's an industry that is connected. Comics are popular in Japan, not as popular as manga, obviously, but people still do read them. And I wouldn't be surprised if Akira Toriyama and the people at Toei Animation are fans of DC Comics, Marvel, Western culture. Wouldn't be surprised.
They absolutely, especially Toriyama. Toriyama's gone on record. His favorite movie of all time is Alien. He was heavily influenced by 101 Dalmatians. I'll do a Toriyama history video one day whenever I get around to it. Probably soon. He loves Disney movies, loves James Cameron, loves Ridley Scott, the anime staff. They love the Sergio Leone films. That's why the music sounds like that. He loves... There's just, dude, look at Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler's like basically a copy of Ultron, right? He's Ultron and he's freaking V'ger from Star Trek, the first movie, the motion picture. There's just so many things that these movies that Dragon Ball has taken from you know, American, Canadian culture. It's endless.
And it's funny because now Dragon Ball has influenced American culture in such a big way.
It's both ways. It's
It's,
crazy.
yeah, they go both ways. It's amazing. Guys, is there anything that you want us to cover specifically before we kind of wrap things up?
Are we
Just let
asking
us,
for questions?
yeah, question time. So,
Yeah.
guys, feel free to ask us questions. We're gonna actually pull up the chat. We're gonna try to grab the chat right now. A link to, and you have a link to it, Geekdom?
I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm looking at it on my screen.
All right, so here we go. Let's look at some of the questions that you guys may
All
have.
right, I got one right now. I'm gonna answer that. Can I go ahead and hop on?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Matias Pinto writes, did Toriyama said before Battle of Gods he was going to make the God of Destruction a lizard-like god who controls people, but his cat survived, he changed the lizard to a cat? No, that's not what happened. What happened was in the original script for Battle of Gods, which was written by Yusuke Watanabe, the original plan in the original script was that Beerus was supposed to be virus. That was the pun. And that he was going to be the being that infected the Saiyans and made them evil thousands of years ago. That was the original plot for the movie. There's also other tidbits, like it was supposed to happen during 18 and Krillin's wedding. There were all these different things in the original script. What happened was Toriyama, I think it was Torishima, which is his first editor, told him, you need to get involved in this because we don't want this to become another Dragon Ball Evolution. And Toriyama was not happy with Evolution, so he hopped on the creative team and he changed Beerus and added Whis and changed SS God. SS God was supposed to look like SS4 with gold hair and a cape. Like, there's all these changes, but the point is that Toriyama was not the guy who was going to do the lizard idea. That was Yusuke Watanabe, and he's also still credited as the co-writer. So the movie's written by both Toriyama and Watanabe. There's your long, drawn-out answer.
It's good points there. He's not the one all be all of he does look up to his staff. He does get feedback from his staff. I believe it was from an interview in terms of the having different universes, that wasn't directly coming from Akira Toriyama. It came from his editorial staff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, aka Toei. So they do definitely, he does definitely not, he's not the god of everything. He does get feedback from his staff and he does trust them, especially Toyotaro. I mean, they're probably like family at this point.
At this point, yeah. Well, he did pull rank on that Battle of God script, though. He did pull rank on that one because there's a whole like history about how much Evolution actually pissed Toriyama off. He lied about it the first interview, and then the second one, he's like, "Yeah, they never consulted with me, and it was terrible." And so, yeah, it's kind of funny. So yes, folks, thank Evolution for all this. It's Evolution's cause that we have all this good stuff. Believe it or not.
When you get older, you don't give it F's anymore. You just like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give what I feel.
Right.
I love that. And especially, it's not really common for someone in Japan to really go out and publicly say, I'm not happy with.
They're very polite, right?
Very polite. Amen asked, what about Gohan? So, what I believe you're asking, and I'm seeing other people ask regarding Gohan, is whether Gohan is gonna be a character that's gonna play a major role for the rest of Dragon Ball Super, or at least in the rest of this arc. Being that he's such an epic character, but it seems like he's more of a family man now. So let me give you my opinion, and then Geekdom, you can jump in as well. But what I believe is that I do think that not Akira Toriyama, just the show overall is moving on from Gohan. At least in the meantime.
Oh boy,
I do. Some people are gonna be
breaking hearts right now.
Breaking hearts right now, but it is my analysis based on just the evidence that we have. The fact, I do think that the person replacing Gohan is Future Trunks. I do think that he is a moneymaker, Future Trunks and Gohan too, but especially Future Trunks is a moneymaker. And I do think that Gohan is just gonna play a father character. They are gonna go more into that in episode 52, and I do think that Trunks, while at first is gonna be surprised, I do think he's gonna be very, very happy that his mentor, the person that he looked up to, the future Gohan, actually lives in this timeline, has a family, has a kid.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a beautiful moment for him, and I think they're gonna really emphasize on that, and they're gonna keep Gohan as a father figure and not as a warrior, as a fighter, because you have a few other characters who are really already filling that role of you got Vegeta, Goku, and now Future Trunks. So that's my analysis. What about you?
Well, I read a comment a couple days ago about somebody saying that they want Black to go down when when Gohan. Okay, a lot of people want this. I've read this a lot. A lot of people want Gohan and Trunks to fuse. People want Gohanks to actually be the guy to take out Black. Now, Dragon Ball Heroes has already teased this. There is art for Gohanks. It's out there. It exists. It's real for Dragon Ball Heroes. I think that's a very plausible ending. I had another person tell me, they go, it should be Vegito, Gohanks, and Gotenks. Three fused. Can you imagine how crazy it would be if they had 3 fused characters? Nobody could stop them. Right?
That's the big guns right there, man.
I agree with what you're saying about Gohan, but I do think that would be a pretty cool ending if Trunks and Gohan fused. I think that would be cool. It would be total fan service, but what can you do?
Right.
And by the way, they're also asking about what did Vegeta mean at the end of the episode about him wanting to like make Black pay. I think he was talking about his wife. I think.
Okay, so do you want to? Because I have a different idea on that. Do you want to start?
No, that's it. That's all I got for it. I think he's talking about future Bulma.
I think this was going on through his head, and this is just my opinion, guys. But what I think is, I don't think he's sad by the fact that humanity has been almost wiped out, or the fact, or I'm not really even sure that he's really sad about Bulma being dead, because I mean she's already, she's here in the present. I just don't think he can make that connection, that emotional connection. But what I think is happening, knowing Vegeta, is his pride. I think he's pissed off at the fact that he can't do anything in the future. He's dead in the future. So he doesn't have the power to do anything, to save people, to be the hero, you know? So he feels useless. He feels worthless. And that's really hurting his pride as a Saiyan prince, that he can't do anything in the future. And he's like, I'm going to make you pay. That's just my opinion, though. It's a little bit crazy opinion, but that's what I think is happening in his head.
Maybe. And again, that adds fuel to the fire. When's Vegeta gonna fight Black? Shit.
Goku taking the spotlight every time.
Yeah.
I think it would be great to see him fight. Now I want to get into something quick. It's regarding Mai and future Trunks, because the show, in my opinion, the show is probably not gonna go out there and say they're in a relationship, but I think just like Legend of Korra, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Legend of Korra,
boy.
They had the Korra-Sami moment at the end where the two girls were pretty much about to kiss, but they didn't show it. I think they're hinting to us that possibly future Trunks and future Mai have a deeper relationship than just being comrades. I know that future Trunks does say that he's grateful that she saved him so many times, but I do think just by they're zooming into his hands. And if you're a fan of Game of Thrones and you pay attention to the finale of season 5, the opening of Game of Thrones had a lot of close, tight shots. So to really emphasize something more intimate, something more individualized. So I do think that the fact that they were zooming into them kind of holding hands, and they weren't trying to hold hands, but just that moment felt to me like it had more of a relationship sort of connotation. So that's just what I think. What do you think?
I agree. I think I saw after this past week's episode, people were calling Trunks a pedophile because he's holding Mai's hand. If anybody's a pedophile, it's Mai, because she's the one who's freaking hitting on 14-year-old kid Trunks. It's like, is she one of these like teachers nowadays that freaking, sleep with their students? That it is getting a little weird, okay? But no, the reality is that when they grow up, I'm sure they will have something. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they are screwing around in the future. Because let's keep it real, bro. A girl's not very easy to come by in the future. So
no, and there wasn't actually when they showed clips of the Resistance fighters, it was all males, besides Mai.
Yeah, so all the women are gone then, bro. That's all that was left. Trunks is a scavenger, bro. That's all.
Hashtag savage.
Hashtag Trunks needs a girlfriend.
Exactly.
He's out of choices. I wouldn't sleep with you if you were the last woman on earth. Now what? Now what?
Oh man, so many girls would just have their hearts broken.
Yeah, I know. Trunks is a heartthrob.
Yeah, he is. But guys, any more questions?
There's a lot of questions, bro.
Any let's see.
You
multiverse. I pick one. I mean, we can go a little bit. I mean, Geekdom, if you have some time, we can go a little bit into multiverse tournament. We can't really say too much about it, but maybe some of what we want to see from the multiverse tournament.
I don't want to see it for a while. I want
You
to
don't
see
wanna
them. I want to see them to go other places first, and then that is later. I'm not ready for that yet. Does that make
Not ready
sense?
for that. Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Episodes.
Well,
You don't want it to end anytime soon.
No,
Over
I
100.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, guys, there will be 72 episodes of Dragon Ball Super.
At
but-
least.
At least.
Yeah.
At the least. Black, the real Saiyan. Oh, okay. Black, the real Super Saiyan God Beerus had a vision about. We can answer that question.
I don't think so. I think it was Goku who we had the vision about.
Yeah, I agree. So.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's him. Yeah, because he's not a
Yeah.
god.
Nope. Yeah. Exactly.
I
Clearly
mean,
not.
he couldn't even fuck with fucking SS2 Goku.
Exactly.
No god. Not yet. Maybe. I mean, okay. He is a god, but he's not like a god power. Like he's not like a Goku SS god power. Or something. That's what I meant to say.
Right. What is interesting though is that he is getting stronger by. It's just something that we really haven't seen. Is
Yes.
the fact that after every fight he embodies, he remembers not just physically and mentally. He says he's able to memorize the fighting. But what I found interesting is that there's a correlation between the opening and episode 51 when Goku Black was doing his stance, and there was like a little bit of light, and you can see hints of Goku. It was like mixed in with regular Goku and Goku Black. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, that's the weird thing is that when you look at the opening, main people are, Trunks, Mai, Zamasu, Black, and Goku. So that tells me the arc's about them, really.
And also in the opening, Goku is doing a similar stance and a similar effect where it switches between Goku regular form and then Super Saiyan Blue Goku. That same effect is shown with Goku Black.
I noticed that. Yeah.
So that was probably done on purpose. I don't think that was an accident.
Well,
Pretty sure-
every once in a while they throw a little tribute to the opening. Like if you go back to Dragon Ball Z, right? The opening, when Chala had Chala, Goku has that thing where he lowers his fist down and then he shoots it up at the end where it says sparking. When he fought Cell and he powered up to full power, he did the same thing. They always do little things like that, which I always appreciate those things. I always do.
Right. Hopefully we get to see some of her Mai's new weapons that we saw in the opening. Her dual pistol wielding.
What
That's we
good
saw
is
in
that
the
going to
open.
do on Black though, bro? They bombed this guy and he survived,
Yeah, he survived. Gogeta. Will we see Gogeta? Well, I think it's possible.
It's possible.
But I think at very least 10 more episodes until we see that at the least. I really don't think Gogeta's gonna make an appearance anytime soon. I just think that there's so much more development that needs to happen regarding Goku Black, and they're doing such a great job at hinting at us and not kind of telling us, keeping a mystery. As Geekdom says a lot, that there's a big mystery regarding Goku Black, and that's one of the reasons why you're really enjoying this arc, because we don't have all the answers.
Yeah, that's why I love it. And people think they have all the answers, but we don't know anything. And it's going to keep unfolding and unfolding and unfolding and unfolding. And that's what I like. If you watch Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z without knowing anything, pretend that you never saw the series before, you never saw it. Can you believe that at the beginning of the series, he's a kid and then he's going to end up dying 2 times and, all the, you just can't predict it. I mean, look at how the Cell Saga started. Trunks comes back, reveals the 2 androids. They end up fighting the 2 androids, the wrong androids. Then 2 more show up. Then Cell shows up. So it's just Black might not even be the last guy.
He might be the last guy. Now people are saying Super Saiyan white hair, Super Saiyan white.
We haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen it yet. It's possible. I know a lot of fan made animation, like my good friend from Mastar Media. Goku Black does have white hair, and in a fan animation, it is possible that Goku Black could have a transformation, but there's really no way for me to say yes or no, just because he didn't transform in the episodes that we've seen. So.
Exactly, but Toei wants to make a lot of toys, so there you go.
There you go. You know what's interesting? How sometimes it's just common sense and theories come outside of the anime themselves, just like money speaks, money talks, merchandise. We need to make money. Let's bring Future Trunks in to the mix. Let's
Yep.
bring a new transformation into the mix. I mean, it's all related.
That's it. That's it. They know how to make money, bro. They print money, and this show is making a lot of money. People, SS3 Goku asked, "Do you think Dragon Ball will continue after Toriyama's dead?" Well, I don't want to think about Toriyama dying, but I'm pretty sure that let's say next month Toriyama says, "I don't want to write Super anymore." They will continue without him because the series is just way too successful. Ratings are higher than they've ever been. Trunks is a legitimate draw.
And just to back up your point on that, I believe in with the interview with V-Jump, Akira Toriyama, that was kind of joked at a little bit, and he did say that Toyotaro will take on the mantle, or he has enough ideas where he can continue the show.
I would be okay with that. I honestly would.
I would be okay with that too. Guys, please don't post links to pirated websites. We don't do that here.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Any other question, guys? Kid Trunks and Future Trunks work better together. Something I want to say regarding Kid Trunks, he's gotten so much character development in such subtle ways. Gotenks not so much. So, which is really surprised me, the fact that people thought Gotenks was Goku Black, but yeah, little Kid Trunks has gotten a lot of development, and I do think, and I do hope that Future Trunks does become almost like a mentor to Kid Trunks, just because, like, I like to always talk about going full circle, and Future Trunks, Future Gohan was his mentor. Now he can pass on the torch to Kid Trunks. I think that would be beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I'm not gonna go into the rant about why he hasn't grown up yet, because that is a big problem.
Yeah.
In age 780, which is when the series takes place right now, Kid Trunks looks the way he does, but age 780 is when the History of Trunks special happened, and Trunks and Gohan were together, and he looked a lot taller. So I am hoping that very, very soon there's some kind of growth spurt. We see him a little bit taller. But I just wonder where they're going to go from here when it comes to Kid Trunks. And poor Goten, who knows what he's doing.
So. Question. Yeah, right? Who knows where he's going to go?
So this guy keeps asking about Oob.
Well, he was mentioned. Was referred to back in the anime.
He was mentioned in episode 30, I think.
Episode 30.
He's too young. It's the same time. Oob is way too little. He's not going to be in Dragon Ball Super unless Super goes beyond the 10-year time skip. There's people who still don't understand this. Dragon Ball Super does not take place after Dragon Ball Z, before GT, or after GT. Super takes place during the 10-year time skip after Kid Buu was killed and before the final 3 episodes with Oob, Pan, Bra, etc., Bulla, whatever. That's when Super takes place. It's not after that. It's before that. So Goku knows about Oob, but doesn't really even know his name. He just doesn't really know anything about it. The reincarnation of Majin Buu is all he knows.
So he knows, yeah. I love Oob. He's such a fun character. I do want to bring something not related to this, but something that I had a few messages about. So now we have Pan. Pan is born, great. Now what about Vegeta and
Bra?
Yeah,
she should have already been born. That's an inconsistency.
Yeah,
she should have already been born. She is not older than Pan. GT made you think that she was because she acted older, but she's not older than Pan. She's a year younger than Pan, and she should have been born in age 780. Bulma should at the very least be pregnant, and she doesn't even look pregnant. So I think that's a huge problem, and I really do wish that they would fix that.
Will there be a Universe 3 Zamasu?
We already talked about that earlier.
We already talked about that. That actually brings something something that I kind of want to bring up to you. So we do know that it appears that based on the fact that Goku Black recognized Beerus, it appears that in the future timeline
he knows who he is, and he knows who Vegeta is too. Don't forget that.
And he knows who Vegeta is.
That's another one we didn't even talk about.
We haven't talked about that yet, and we will. But in terms of, see, all these characters have a different version of themselves from different timelines. So I'm assuming even the gods, for the most part, the one from our current timeline, Beerus from the future timeline, it's a different Beerus. It's the same character, but just different timeline, different different futures. But
unless there's only one and he can go to all the timelines. We don't know that yet because
we
they
don't know
make it
that
seem
yet.
like the Kais can go through time. So maybe there's just a one group of Kais for all time.
maybe
It's confusing, bro.
I
There's a
think
lot
that
of
will,
unanswered questions.
there are. I think that will cause a lot of problems though. If they had to be just at one specific timeline at one particular time. But I do think that the Omni King, if out of any other character, he does have the potential, the most likelihood of being able to be at every place at a given time. Um, I mean that's what I think. It's possible for him to only there be one Omni King. There is no different versions of the Omni King. That is possible.
Yeah. Well, I think there's just not enough information about Beerus yet for us to know if there is a future Beerus or not. We just don't know. We haven't seen him yet. You know?
Right.
Maybe
Yeah,
he does. There's just it could be either way.
could be either way. You mentioned something about Vegeta, right? You want to talk about Vegeta?
Well, just the fact that Black recognized who Vegeta was. So
Black.
if Black is essentially Zamasu or whatever, and he did inhabit dead Goku's body, maybe he inhabited his memories too. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he knows who Son Goku is. Everybody.
Interesting. I saw it from a different perspective. I didn't think about that. I think that's great. So my perspective was that Zamasu has been studying. Oh, sorry, not Zamasu. Whoever Goku Black is, just to correct myself.
Yeah.
Whoever Goku Black is, was studying Goku, Son Goku, for a while, for some time. Has to. And I do think also that he was studying Vegeta too as a potential person because Vegeta's already dead. Maybe he could potentially take over Vegeta's body as well. So he was either deciding between the two. Who should I take over? They're both very strong characters. So I think that is why he recognized Vegeta, because he studied both of them. That's what I think.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But he knows who Beerus is too. It's just, yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. He didn't point out Wiz. I mean, maybe he knows who Wiz is. He just kind of just looked at Beerus and Beerus-sama. But
Beerus-sama, yeah.
But yeah, I find that interesting. Maybe I mean Wiz and Beerus are not always together 24/7. If Beerus wants to go on a rampage, he can do on his own. He doesn't need a babysitter. So maybe Goku Black doesn't know who Wiz is. Maybe he does.
I feel like Beerus is more well known than Wiz. I mean, Frieza. How about the fact that Frieza was freaking out over Beerus and not Wiz? I feel like Wiz is like a secret. Like we don't know how. Like I think that Beerus is the big mouth of the group. People really know who Whis is. That's
who
the way
Whis is.
Yeah.
Looks like it's my turn now.
You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, we got Oh, thank you, Super Saiyan Senpai. You just tipped $1, and you have a question for us. Can you read that? Just because you are a good guy. Oh man, I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you so much for going to AnimeLiveReactions.com and doing a donation. That's really appreciated. Very much appreciated, guys.
Every little bit counts.
Every little bit counts, and we work hard to make videos, and we do it for the love, and it's just a lot of fun for us.
This stream took a lot of practice.
Oh man, it did. Any other question, guys, before we kind of finish off? That tip scared me.
No, I'm just looking at anything here. Z Fighters versus Black. I mean, there's no way to answer that. Whis. What if Whis defeats Black Goku? I mean, he might. I don't think he will, though. Will Black have the techniques to combine his God Ki and his Saiyan body? We don't know. I mean, maybe it's possible. That might be how he becomes tough enough to fight Goku. Allo R has been asking me the same question 100 times. Can you explain more about what you think will happen to Future Mai? I don't know what's gonna happen to Future Mai. I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry. I don't. She's gonna be. I don't think she's dead. She's gonna be involved. Maybe Trunks and her will get married. Maybe that'll be the big end of this arc that they get married, bro.
Happy ending will be nice.
What I really want to have happen is, and this is gonna get freaky. I want them to get married and then have Bra, and then they go back in time and leave Bra there, and that's the real origin of Bra. She's Trunks and Mai's daughter,
like
and we've been lied to
now.
the entire time.
You have a very creative mind, man. I gotta say that. That's awesome.
It's a very, very bad theory, though. It's a horrible theory. That's almost as bad as Black being Goten.
Thank you, Jet, so much for contributing. JG123 tipped $1. Question: does the future Goku keep his body like Guru and Kami?
That's a great question. We don't know. But it's implied by the history of Trunks thing that he probably doesn't because he died of natural causes. If you remember, when Goku died the first time when he was killed by Raditz, he was transported to the other world by Kami. It was Piccolo pretty much said Kami did this. Now, one big inconsistency that I want everybody to remember, that everybody forgets, but it's a good one to remember, that Dragon Ball fucked up on, was when he was killed by Raditz, he went right to the check-in station. And they tell us that when you die, your spirit goes right to the check-in station. Meanwhile, during the second death, the Cell thing, he is with Kai. Why didn't his spirit go to the check-in station? Why didn't Cell go to the check-in station? Well, he didn't die, but Goku, there's no reason. Why didn't Kai go to the check-in station? That's always been kind of a weird...
Yeah.
It's a plot hole.
Right. Is Trunks going to be a god? Okay, let me just give my thoughts on that. I don't think we're going to see future Trunks going Super Saiyan Blue anytime soon, and I know that a lot of people say that the reason Vegeta was able to achieve Super Saiyan Blue and skip the whole ritual was because of Whis. Now, I will make a video on this. I do think it's deeper than that, and I think it was one of the episodes where they collided, and there was this close up, and close ups tend to be very important, and there was this energy that was never explained. And I do think that has to do with how Vegeta achieved Super Saiyan Blue. So no, I don't think just the fact that future Trunks trains with Vegeta, which we're gonna see that in one of the future episodes, hopefully. I don't think he's gonna be able to achieve Super Saiyan Blue just like that, or even Whis training him. That automatically can give you a level of a god. Because remember, the gods have a different key than regular people. It's if you're a regular person, if you're a Saiyan, you cannot sense or detect the key of a god. Beerus can show up behind you, and you would never even know it unless you are a god yourself.
That's right. Unless you know how to tap into it. Yeah. Maybe Vegeta will. We know he's gonna train him. So there you go. We know that.
We know he's gonna train.
That's all we know.
Bulma.
I saw that. Trunks is the real Oppai Senpai.
Trunks is the real Oppai Senpai.
2 women left in the future, bro. I mean, you gotta get some variety, right? There's no other women left.
You know what, Broly, this whole thing about Broly doesn't even bother me anymore. He's just such a fan favorite. It's just, at this point, it's almost like a joke.
It is a joke. Yeah. Remember when people were saying that Broly was inside of Magetta's, Magetta was actually Broly inside the robot suit?
Actually, no, I didn't hear that. Some people were saying that.
People were saying that Broly was inside, that Magetta was actually Broly, bro. There was a very big YouTuber who I will not name, who said he went to go see Resurrection F, and he said, and I quote, "I was surprised that Broly wasn't in this movie," which... Damn, dude, like, can you make yourself look any more stupid? I'm not going to say who it was. That's not what we're about here, but it was just very surprising that somebody would say that.
Right. Elephant nipples.
I saw the elephant nipples, yes.
It would be so funny if Monaka was the one to kill Goku Black.
I've seen that. I've seen that, too.
That would be hilarious, but probably wouldn't happen.
Somebody talking about Zamasu being black from the future or whatever. Yeah, we talked about that already.
We talked about that.
Looks like it's my turn now.
Thank you so much, Jump23, tipping $1. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Oh, another thing too, I am gonna give a plug for this, okay? Gohan is coming back this weekend. I have a video on my channel, 10 greatest Gohan moments in Dragon Ball Z. Definitely check that out, because I worked my ass off on that video, going over the 10 greatest moments Gohan had in DBZ, and he had a lot of great ones. It was hard to narrow it down because there's so many that I wanted to put on there, but it was top 10, so there you go.
Absolutely, I highly recommend you check out that video. I saw it myself. It's a great video. It really deserves more views. This guy worked his ass off editing this. So
I work my ass off on videos, and they get half the views of the videos that I don't work that hard on. It's weird, isn't it? The life of a YouTuber.
Life of a YouTuber. But regarding the Potara Ring question that you had asked, so I didn't see the full question, but from the keywords that I saw, in terms of Universe 3 and Universe 10, and it's possible. Maybe in Universe 3, it's just the Potara rings just work a little bit different. I did read that if Goku Black was a Makaioshin and he had access to Potara rings, it was possible that the power rings, the rules that typically apply to the Supreme Kais, to the Kaioshins, are different for Makaioshins. Rules can change between universes. Now, in terms of physics and things like that, that's probably gonna be all the same. But in terms of how the laws of how certain things work, it could be very different in Universe 3, and I think it would be great if we were to see Universe 3 show up.
Agreed. Yeah, we talked about this already. I want them to explore all that they can. There's still so much stuff that, I mean, what about Zuno, the all-knowing? Why don't they go ask him some? We haven't seen him in a while. You know, there's so many people that they've opened up for us, and we haven't even met them yet.
Oh, that Zuno character! I love the design on that character. It was...
I like that he likes titties. That's why I like him.
Oh, Geekdom,
I
Big
can
Daddy
relate
D.
to him. Zuno and Champa are like the animated versions of me, so I can relate.
That's the closest you're gonna get to see how Geekdom looks. Just think of Zuno and Champa.
No, not Zuno, more so Champa. But yeah,
Champa.
I do look kind of like Champa. I will admit that. Okay, a little bit. He's not quite Majin Buu fat. He's like a little chubby. That's kind of how I look. How about that? There you
Guys,
go.
if you ever run into Geekdom at a convention, and actually Geekdom actually did a great video that I saw in my subscription feed where it was you had both Vegetas, the voice actors. You had the English version voice actor of Vegeta and the
Chris
Japanese
Abbott
voice.
and Ryo Horikawa. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the footage, Geekdom, for that. That was great. But where was I going with this? I was going somewhere with this.
We're talking about if you ever see me live or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
the next time you'll have a chance to see me is at Tampa Bay Comic Con, August 7th through 9th. And I will be there with a lot of YouTubers. So
keep your ears open. See if you can hear Geekdom's voice.
that's right. Well, when you see a bunch of people walking around that look like Kwame and those guys, you'll pick up on it. There's a lot of
You'll pick up on it. Nice. I need to make a trip to Florida one time, one of these days.
That would be fun.
That would definitely be fun. Any last question, guys? I think we should. I mean, we're being over an hour. We should start wrapping it up. Although I'm loving doing this. It's a lot of fun.
Will Goku's dad be in one of the universes? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm sorry, guys. Bardock, we're not gonna see Bardock again.
This guy asked me, do you think Kid Trunks vs. Trunks both receive training from Vegeta? I would like to see that. I don't know what's going to happen. I would like to see it. I want to see
great.
Vegeta training both of them. That would be great.
Maybe after he can calm down a little bit. The guy looks pissed off.
Vegeta? Well,
Yeah.
that's the way we like him, though. Pissed.
That's who we like him.
Right?
Oh, and by the way, guys, I brought this in one of the videos where...
Looks
Future
like it's
Trump-
my turn now.
Oh, we have... Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We have another donation from Hannibal00Ni. Geekdom and Opai Senpai sent you a message that in preview episode 52, Future Gohan does not have a right arm. What
We
do you
talked
think
about that earlier, actually.
We talked about that. So best guys, love these bad word videos. That was automatically blocked. But yeah,
Looks like it's my turn now.
just to answer your question, it was probably just an error, and they're probably gonna fix it. So, and if they don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy the show. Jump 23. Do you think Goku going to Universe 10 because creating of Goku Black, aka Black to the Future 2, going to Universe 10? Now that was a tough question to read. You pick up on that, Geekdom?
No.
No, that was
Say it again?
That was a tough grammar-wise. That was tough to answer. But do I think they're going into Universe 10, Goku Black? I don't think Goku Black is gonna be going into Universe 10. I do think that is kind of like a separate thing, and eventually, being the fact that it was said that we want to go into the future, I do think our characters are gonna go into the future, into Universe 7, where Goku Black currently is.
I think that the final battle might actually be there.
Might actually be there. It will make a lot of sense. But no, I don't think Goku Black is going to be going into Universe 10 anytime soon. No. And all right, I think this has been a lot of fun. And hey,
Looks like it's my turn now.
We got one more.
All right.
Nothing tip. Thank you so much for the $5 tip. We really appreciate it, man. It comes a long way. You think Wiz will teach Goku and Vegeta a good technique for fusion, where only you can use it while using a God Key, so they need to be Super Saiyan Blue to fuse? I really don't think that Goku and Vegeta can just come up with a technique out of the blue. We've seen that Goku has picked up some incredible techniques such as instant transmissions from other people. He didn't come up with that on his own. And even the fusion dance is not something that he created.
No, he
So,
got it from the Metamorans.
for the
Not
Metamorans.
the Yardrats. I've seen people comment that they're confused.
Yeah.
The Yardrats gave him teleportation. The Metamorans gave him the fusion. Yeah, but I
Metamorans
do
get-
think that the Potara could work. Again, this was teased months ago. We know that the Namekian Dragon Balls and maybe even the Earth ones can defuse Potara fusion. I don't see it being too crazy that they will reuse the Potaras and create a new Vegito, and now with the power of God Ki, they could have a blue-haired Vegito. Can you imagine Super Saiyan Blue Vegito toys, bro? That's an instant sellout right there. Toei knows what they're doing, bro. It's gonna happen.
That would be amazing, and this will be total fan service. Super Saiyan Blue Vegito Kaioken times 10. I mean, that would be incredible.
I don't even know how my body can't even handle that, bro.
I can't even handle that.
I actually came up with something wacky on Twitter the other day.
Looks
What if
like it's
this
my
whole
turn
series
now.
ends with Goku doing a God Ki Genki Dama, like a God Spirit Bomb, where he uses God Ki instead of regular Ki? Can you imagine the kind of power that would be? There's just so much stuff they can do now, you know?
That would be awesome. Jake23, thank you for tipping once again. You think Vegeta has a loud orgasm? Well, you know what?
Yes.
I found what you can just straight up, yes, he knows what that's about.
Looks like
I
it's
know
my
about
turn
Vegeta's sex
now.
life. Yeah.
Jump 20. Sorry, man, is Goku going to Universe 10 and meeting Zamasu inadvertently creates Goku Black in the future Trunks timeline, meaning it's Goku's fault. I honestly don't think that the reason why I think that's a great theory. I think that's great, but I just don't think that Dragon Ball Super will get that complicated. Just judging from their audience.
Right.
Yes, us guys, we enjoy Dragon Ball for a long time, but also they're catering for a younger audience as well. They're not gonna overcomplicate it.
That's right.
So no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, and
But-
a lot of people who write this are very smart. We're off, by the way. It says technical difficulties.
Oh, again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's about time to.
I'm refreshing here. Okay, we're back. I think maybe it was just me. No, I was just gonna say that a lot of the ideas we've been reading are good ideas. It's just sometimes they're too complex for Dragon Ball. They're more for like American comics, but they are
Exactly.
good ideas. It's just that Toriyama's trying to keep things very simple.
Guys, I just want to give a big shout out to Geekdom101 for spending over an hour of his time here with you guys, answering questions, contributing to the community. So I will really appreciate it, guys, if you guys do me a favor and go to his channel and just subscribe. He's almost at 100,000 subscribers. We're gonna celebrate. That's gonna be a big moment for us supporters of Geekdom101. So let's make it happen. 100K. We're almost there, guys. So check out his channel.
That would be cool. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I try to do the best that I can.
Sure do. And one way that you guys can sometimes earlier today I was talking to YouTube, and one of the things that they said is that sometimes if you stop watching somebody for a long time, or if you have too many subscriptions, some of these subscriptions might not show up on your subscriptions feed, some of the videos. So what I recommend you guys do is under Geekdom's YouTube channel and under my channel, just kind of enable notifications, hit that little bell where you can enable notifications. Whenever we upload a video, you're gonna get notified. You're gonna be one of the first people to comment, possibly even see a response, because we tend to be by the comments after we post a video. But yeah, if you enable notification, guys, that would be great.
Yep. That's for everybody. That's every YouTuber you want to support. Like, seriously. YouTube's kind of weird sometimes. Like, sometimes we'll put a video out and the notification won't even come through for like 5-6 minutes. It's weird.
Right.
So just YouTube being YouTube.
YouTube being YouTube. And wow, still you see no bell. If you go next to the subscribe button, you'll see a little bell, and you can enable notification. Zamasu in the present point. Beers and Whis. Interesting enough, they do fuse in the upcoming video game called Dragon Ball Fusions. In case you guys don't know about that.
Yes.
You guys should check it out if you have the Nintendo, the 3DS. But no, in the anime, they're not gonna fuse, guys. I highly doubt it.
It would have to take somebody really strong, bro.
Somebody extremely strong. I think a lot of people underestimate just how strong Whis really is. If you go back and watch towards the end of Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods, towards the end when Beerus is going crazy, Whis says the Beerus, and he smacks him in the back of the neck,
right.
and Beerus goes to bed. This guy is powerful. He's very strong.
He took on Goku and Vegeta 2-on-1 without even breaking a sweat. So that's why I want there to be a villain that's gonna really fuck with him. I want somebody to challenge Whis. Otherwise, the show's just not gonna have that much drama for me. I really want to see that.
Exactly. Will Vados be evil? Prince Savior? No, I don't think so. I think when it comes to Vados, Wiz, when it comes to the Gods of Destructions, I really do think that they were either created or appointed by Zeno himself or somebody below Zeno, and I don't think they're ever gonna go against the Almighty Creator, the Almighty Master, that is Zeno. I don't think so. No, Vados is not gonna turn evil.
Agreed.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really
Looks like
appreciate
it's my turn now.
They don't want it to end.
Well, I mean, we can't go on forever, but I'm sure we'll do another one soon.
We'll do another one. This will be the last one, guys. Pikachu stole my damn bike.
Yeah, please be careful out there if you're playing Pokemon Go. Don't go into any weird trucks that smell weird. Don't go to the Westboro Baptist Church even though it's a gym. Please watch out for cars if you're playing Pokemon Go. All right,
Exactly,
it's scary out there.
It's very scary out there. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. If you guys want to see a live stream on Geekdom101's channel, just let him know in the comments on his YouTube channel. Just let him know we want to see a live stream. And let me know too if you want to see more collaboration, guys. Thank you so much for your questions. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Geekdom, for joining us on the show. We really appreciate it.
Anytime, bro. Just let me know. We'll do it again sometime.
For sure. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our videos when we release them. And thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.